Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. How are you? How are you? I'm here for you guys. Your host is here, Mervis ma04. Anthony, have you joined? Hello? Anthony, are you live there? Double tap, please. Double tap the screen. Hi, Anthony. Welcome to the live stream, Anthony. How are you, Anthony? You can respond there. How are you, Anthony? Can you hear me, Anthony? On the speaker there? Oh, that's good. That's good. How are you keeping? Hi, hi, hi. It's a Monday today. What's up? What's happening? How was your weekend? How have you been? Yeah, we're just testing what happens if I didn't put a notice, but I just want to see. Welcome, welcome to the live chat. Welcome. Double tap on the screen. Thank you for joining. You can double tap to like. You can also type where you are watching from. Anthony, where are you watching from? Hi, welcome. Oh my God. And oh yeah, Zimbabwe. It's cold these days. I know, I won't ask. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie. It's my tractor because it's quite cold. Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Where are you watching from? Welcome. I'm not seeing the names. Can you say hi in the chat? Auntie D, welcome. How are you, Auntie D? Just double tap on the screen, Auntie D. Thank you so much for joining. Double tap on the screen. Double tap on the screen to like. Give me a like, Auntie D. Double tap on the screen. Thank you so much for joining. Oh my God. Where are you watching from, Auntie D? Where are you watching from? Type on the chat there. And D type there, chat on the chat. Bulawayo, that's Zimbabwe. Thank you for joining. You're welcome. Do you have any questions for me? Any question that you have for me? That's a question and answer. What questions do you have pertaining to my channel or anything that's in your mind that you just want to hear some answers? What do you have? What do you want to ask? Say something, hey? And this saying, when are you going to do rural tours? I have a lot of requests for rural tours. So I intend to go. I have a number of rural areas that people have requested around Matabeleland. I think I've got 4 requests. So I'll start with the nearest, going further. I'm planning to do that very soon. More people are interested in the rural tours as well. And some other areas where there is development, I'll visit soon. Tell me something. What do you think? Maybe you can talk. What do you want us to talk about? Do you have any topic in mind? Anthony and D, do you have anything in mind that you want us to discuss in our live chat? Yeah, we're just checking on this time if it's a convenient time for a live chat on a Monday. But we can still talk about investments, investing in land or any other investments. We are seeing beautiful houses being built in rural areas. We would love to see them in your channel. Oh yes, thank you. Thank you. And yes, we have to. There's a lot of development coming up in rural areas, and they're building nice, massive homes, and very functional homes are being built. So definitely we are going to visit those rural homes. And the reason being why most people are opting for rural homes is because the land is much cheaper and there is no bills to be paying. So these are very good options to build and settle in the rural areas. And there's more land where you can do a lot of projects in the rural areas. People are doing amazing work but the most important thing that you just need to do there is to have water. That's the first thing. Drill a borehole, put your pipes so that you'll be able to connect water into the house, and then it becomes functional. Yes, there's less bills. You don't pay for the water. You don't pay for sewer. You just connect your pipes there. You install everything is free there. No electricity bills unless if you connect to electricity, which is a choice which you can make, to connect to electricity if there is rural electrification nearby. But you can also just go green. You can go green solar, and you will also be helping the environment. If you go green using solar, just live off the grid. And with solar, you can manage most of the appliances which you can use even when you have electricity, but you just have to have a schedule of when to switch off, like your fridge. If you are using a lot of gadgets, you have to manage. Like if it's in winter, you have to manage because you'll be having less sunlight. But even when it's overcast, solar will still charge. Like with the climate we have mostly in Africa, even if it's overcast, they will still charge. They just stop charging at night. But once it's around 5 a.m., the solar will start charging again. So it's very good to go green. Nelisa, welcome. Welcome, Nelisa. Thank you for joining. You're welcome. Where are you watching from, Nelisa? Thank you so much. And Ronald McCrant, thank you for joining. Where are you watching from? You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Nelisa, how are you? Ronald, how are you? Zimbabwe, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you so much. And Ronald, where are you watching from? And how are you, Nelisa? How are you keeping? How is the weather? So I was talking about and D asked about building in the rural areas. So I was just explaining with building in the rural. UK, Ronald, welcome, my son. How are you, Ronnie? Thank you so much. How are you, Ronald from UK? How is the weather there? Here it's winter, but we have sun as well. So I was talking about rural electrification, that you can stay away from paying those bills. You can reduce your bills. And that's the reason why most people are building in the rural areas. It's because they want to cut the bills they are paying and taking advantage of the solar. We have so much sunlight in our continent. Fine, thanks, moms. It's a bit sunny, so we are getting by. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So I was talking about solar there to say you can really go green by using solar off the grid. Totally, you can live off the grid. And you'll be cutting off the bills, the water bills, if you stay in the rural areas. You can even use your solar to pump water into the house. The only thing about solar is it only costs you when you are installing. That's the only investment that you do, but which is a wise investment. Once you have done it, you have no bills besides just maybe replacing the solar, but after a very long time, very long time. This is almost a lifetime investment. So it's quite important. Fine, thanks. It's quite important that people, that's the major reason why people are deciding to build in the rural areas, and they're building beautiful homes, very functional and massive homes, very comfortable. So definitely your request is noted. I'll visit some and I'll showcase them on the channel. Thank you, Andy D, for that. Ronald, Nelisa, construction, anything pertaining to that, what you don't understand, what you think you want clarification, where I can, I will. As we were saying, why most people are relocating to rural areas is because there's a lot of changes in economies worldwide, developed countries and even the developing countries. So people are just trying to just more like cushion themselves in case, it's just a fallback in case things go wrong. Life can happen at any time. So you won't want to be stuck with bills. Even if you have another property in the city center, most people are opting to go in the rural areas. They do a lot of projects there, and the market is available. You can transport your products to the city center or to the nearest resettlement areas. And there's also some centers there which are upcoming. There's a lot of development in the rural areas. So business is also there. You can invest in the rural areas and you can get income from there. People are farming, like you can do market gardening. That's market gardening has a red market. You can also do poultry in a number of ways. You can do like the feed chickens or the makaya, like which don't need so much attention. So there's a lot of things that you can do there when you go into the rural area, and you can have your money easily, and you can survive on little budget, but you can also live comfortably there. So that's the reason most people are resettling there. And even the city, and there's land. The land is in abundance and it's cheaper. That's another thing. But even those who do not want to go deep into the rural areas, they are also opting to go into the outskirts of big cities. The reason being also the land is cheaper, and there's a whole lot of space. You can get bigger land, and the opportunities to develop there, it's still green. Most people haven't, but now there's a rush also, people going there into the rural areas. But you can find your space there. Make a good research, see what projects you can have there, depending on your skills and depending on the research, everything. You can still get the skills to do anything there, any project you can do, as long as you do enough research. And also you have to be careful when you go and look for land. Make sure it's authentic. You do your due diligence as well. Do as much research as you can, because you don't want to lose your hard-earned money, whether it's in the rural area or in the city center. Due diligence is needed, even if you have had some information, but you also have to do your due diligence so that you don't lose your money. Ronald saying, how easy is it to acquire title land in the rural areas? Now, it's getting better. I'm sorry about that. Now it's getting better. It's also getting gloomy, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be clear. Yeah, it's okay. It's gloomy, but it's okay. I'm sorry about that. It's easy to get land in the rural areas because there's two ways. There's land which you can find in the centers, where it will be like it's a town setup. But if you want bigger land where you can do some projects and all that, that is the land which you can get from the chiefs or from the councils. Now even the councils are giving, they're just stretching their areas, and they're giving like plots, farms. So it's quite easy because they still land, like the Africa, we are privileged. We still have land. There is land which hasn't been touched. Oh, okay. I think our network there. We still have room to stretch. So the councils are still stretching and giving land. So it's not that difficult to get the land. It's not but you have to be timeous to know when they are giving. You must also keep your eyes open, get information. Like right now, if in your Matebeleland, I know plum tree is stretching up to as far as fig tree. They are giving land, and it will be much cheaper. But for the title deeds, they give after some time. Even Umguza, we have Umguza here. They are also giving land, and they give title deeds as well. They will give you title, but they have conditions. Like the Umguza one, they give you a 9-year lease when you just joined in. PS, welcome. Welcome, PS. Thank you for joining. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. PS, where are you watching from? How are you keeping? You're welcome. Thank you so much. Yes, I was saying fig tree there. They have land, but it's managed. I'm from Zimbabwe. That's Southern Africa. Bangladesh, how are you there? Do you speak English? PS, how are you? Thank you for supporting the channel. I always see you. PS, how are you keeping? How is Bangladesh? I hope you understand. Are you English speaking? PS? Yes, I know Bangladesh. I haven't been there, but I know Bangladesh. I know you for cricket, right? I know you for cricket, Bangladesh. I once attended, when your team was playing with ours in Bulawayo, in the city where I stay, for sure. Oh, you can speak English. Thank you. Welcome. Yes, you are known for cricket. That's right. Thank you, PS. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll give you get my number from the description box in my channel. Then you can get my number there. PS. How is Bangladesh? So I was talking to you about the land. Yes, I'll give you the number, PS. You can get it in the description box. If you watch any of the videos on the playlist, there is a number on the description box. My contact is there so that it's accurate, right? You're so welcome. I appreciate. I don't take you for granted. It means a lot. So I was saying you can get that land, like I can give you the details that I have for Umguza, for those who are in Matebeleland, and they are giving land not far from the city. It's just about 8 kilometers there. Where is your husband? Your husband? Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you, Ronald. Oh, Ronald, my husband is out of town. Where's your wife? Do you have one? Do you have a wife, Ronald? No, sorry. PS, do you have a wife? Or do you have a husband? I'm not sure. You're female? You're male? You don't have a wife? Yes, I have children. I have children. PS. Do you have you oh you don't have a wife? Oh, you're male. Thank you. Happy Father's Day to be, if you're not yet a father. Ronald, happy Father's Day as well. PS. Do you want to marry a Zimbabwean? PS. PS, do you want to marry a Zimbabwean? Do you want to be my son-in-law? Do you like Zimbabwe? Do you know much about Zimbabwe anyway? Oh, you want to marry a Zimbabwean? So you're our son-in-law. Welcome, son-in-law. Welcome, PS. How old are you, PS? So that I know which one. Which daughter do you want? I have so many daughters. You know, I have a family on YouTube. You know that. Besides my biological children, I have a whole big family of daughters on YouTube. You are aware, hey? How old are you, PS? So I was saying the Umguza Council, they give you 9 years lease, but it's just temporal while they are doing their paperwork. There's some documents that they need after giving out a certain number of land. They have to take it to the ministry for processing, and there's a document that they'll need, and you only pay for now $7,000 as your deposit, then $300 per year, right? But already people have built beautiful structures there. They've built beautiful structures there, massive double-story, single but very big structures, and they're doing a lot of projects there. Then you start building already, then you can also continue to do anything that you want, but you'll be paying 300. I once had land there, but it was the other side at Chelma Farm. But I couldn't manage. I didn't have the capacity. I ended up giving it back then because there was that problem of fuel and all that. So it was a bit hectic. Then before the 9 years, about a year or so, depending on when they get their documents, they will, you complete the payment, they do the agreements, and then you can have it as your house. It's just a gateway, not that you'll be renting or leasing forever. So it's also wise to get land there. I've been there. I'll post a video about that area. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, PS, you want to see my house? I'm in the house right now, PS. That's my house. You want to see? Do you know you will pay Lobola, PS? Do you know about Lobola? You pay bride price. Are you ready for that? You are 29. You are 29 years old. You pay Lobola. Are you ready to pay Lobola? Do you know? Is it the same in your country? Do you have the same culture? Do you have the same culture? Do you pay Lobola in Bangladesh? Do you know about Lobola? How do you marry? What's the procedure? Okay, my girl is, where is your girl? What age do you want? What age? PS, you are 29 years. You haven't married before. And what age are you looking at? Oh, you want to see her on live? Ah, she's busy now at work. Yeah, so we'll make an arrangement, eh? We'll talk, then she'll join a live. Next time when we have live some other day, when we've made proper arrangements. Do you know that you will pay Lobola? Are you ready to pay Lobola? Do you know what's Lobola? The bride price. Do you do the same in your country? PS. Is PS is ready to pay Lobola. PS is ready to pay Lobola here. Zimbabweans, get a bag. PS, you want to pay Lobola. That's good of you. In your country, how do you marry? What do you do when you're getting married? What's the procedure? PS, what's the procedure? So we're talking about the land in rural areas. It has a lot of advantages, a lot of advantages. Things are cheap there, but you can equally live like you are living in a city because all facilities are there. You can have them for yourself. You can use septic tank. Septic tank is when you dig down there. You need to have plumbers who will dig. That's where your waste will be going, but you'll be flushing your toilets, everything. You can use bathrooms, the inside bathrooms, the inside toilets, and you can flush, and the septic tank will be keeping that waste. After some time, if it gets full, there are trucks which will come and offload for you for very little price, and some councils include it in your yearly payments. You want me to hold? I'm tired. I'm tired of holding. PS, I'm tired of holding. I have a disabled hand. One of my hand easily gets weak. It was injured at some point. If you want to see my home, you can go on one of my videos. Do you see that video? Which I was talking about a mortgage. If you go on my playlist, PS, that's a portion of my house. That's my, if you go there, that picture will be seen there. It's exactly this room where I am. You want to see now? Yes, you have to make an appointment so that we can move around. Why do you want to see the house? What's your reason, PS? So I was talking about settling in the rural areas, but equally live like you are in the city. That would be very good. It's cheaper. Auntie D, you have a son-in-law already. Can you see that? A son-in-law who wants to see. Do you want to build me a house? PS, tell me. Maybe you want to build me another house or you want to buy me. Is that going to be your bride price? PS, is that the bride price that you are going to pay? You want to pay me with a house, a new house, or you want to build me one? What do you want to do, PS? Why do you want to see the house? Tell me more. Motivate me to show you. Yes, so I was talking about settling in the rural. Let's continue. while our son-in-law is preparing to pay the bride price. P.S. P.S. Bangladesh wants to pay. Bangladesh is ready to pay. P.S. Must I buy a bag or I open an account? Or you want to buy me a house as lobola? That's the bride price. Or you buy me a farm or a plot. What are you gonna do? What's your intention, P.S.? Tell me about why you want to know, why you want to see. Then I'll be motivated to show you. Right. So you didn't tell me how you do it in your country, P.S. What's your procedure of getting married? How does it go? P.S. You didn't tell me. How do you do it in your country? In Bangladesh, how do you do it? What's the process? What's the procedure? So I was talking about the land in the rural area there. We were saying there's a lot of advantages. I actually have, watch out for a video of Montgomery where you will see the rural development that's going there. It's not even, most of these places are not very far from city. Some people can even work going to the rural homes, so which means they won't be paying rentals, or if they have houses, they are renting out their houses for the income, the real estate. That's our interest, eh? Because you always have to make sure you have some income. Make sure you have some money coming in from somewhere. And did you agree that you must always have some income? How can you have some income in real estate, like at your own house? What's the time now in your country? The time now in our country, I don't know, someone can type there. I don't have a watch here. I don't have a clock. My other phone is a bit far. So, but maybe let me check the time for you. P.S. Otherwise I will lose money here. Let me check. Oh, P.S. Our phone is going for. Let me check, right? Oh, that's good of you. I've also managed to get some water. Right. The time is 11 minutes past 11 a.m. 11 minutes past 11 a.m. It's a Monday. Is it the same with you there? Yes. So we were saying it's best to always have an income. It doesn't matter the position that you are in now. If you have a house, you can rent it out. You can rent out some space. That's how you can accumulate money to buy even your own land. Let me tell you a story, right? Long back, what I used to do, we used to have very functional real estate people who would have list of houses and they will be renting out these houses on behalf of the landlords. So they would look for tenants. So I'd make sure I get a bigger house. You go and view. If one wishes to live permanently in the urban, you should have 2 or 3 houses. Then you can get rentals from the other house. So true, Auntie D. So true. So true. You need that. You live in one of the houses, then you get rentals from the other one. Or even on that same house that you have, you can have like backyard houses, which in our country, we call it cottages. You can have a cottage. You can rent out the cottage. All you need is just for you to get reasonable income, you need to like renovate or build something which is beautiful, something, a house where someone can be comfortable, a functional one. One house in town is such a liability. So true, Auntie Dorcas, because you need to pay the bills, and the bills will be, you need to pay the rates. And some countries, the rates are very high. Like in our country, I don't know others. The rates are in our countries are very high. Yeah, it would be like a quarter of if you were renting a house, which you can, like, if you have someone renting, maybe in your cottage, or you can even rent out space in the house, a visitor's area where the on entrance and self-contained, so that if you so wish, you can rent it out for overnight. You can rent it out to someone without inconveniencing you, and you'll be getting money there, and that money you can cover all your bills, and you can also maintain the house. One thing you must know about houses, they need maintenance. Otherwise, they lose value and there will be an eyesore. You need to repaint at some point. You need to repair some breakages. The things can get faulty. You need to always like keep the house intact. That's when it can give you value. So that even at some point you want to dispose of that house, it will be in a good state that it can fetch you more. Because the value of a house is just like on the appearance. The appearance, the functionality. So the house has to be maintained from outside. You need to have like maintain the outside of the house. It must be green. Most people want green. Gives life, Even when you breathe, you remember when you breathe, the little biology there, when you breathe, you need that oxygen from the trees there. You need that, right? You also want some bees to come and get pollen from your blooming flowers and all those things. They mean a lot. PS, hi, PS, you're there. Yes, continue to ask PS. I enjoy talking to you. You're such a vibe, PS. Are you still there, PS? It's such a vibe. When you keep quiet, I get worried, PS. Talk, my son-in-law. Yes, one house in town, it's such a liability. So true, as we were talking, like it is a liability. Very true. Having cottage is another way of getting income. Yes, we need cottages. Then that rental, you can use it to maintain the house. You can also use that to, like, even for your upkeep, you can use it even to build more houses, to buy more land. So like I was telling you that I used to rent, like to be a tenant and get the house and have everything in my name as the tenant, and then I can sublet. I share the house with someone, so you get income. So if you get that money, it means your rental, or either you pay less rentals. At the times, you might even pay nothing. Then that gives you an opportunity to accumulate money that you can also invest and start to think about your own land or your own house. Because I've heard people saying you can only think of buying a house or land when you have money. But you have to make sure you have means and ways to get that money. even if you are not employed, but you have to identify opportunities. Like I'm saying, these are some of the opportunities. If you are renting an apartment, if it has 2 bedrooms, if you have a small family or you are still single, let out the other room, but just make sure you interview the person that you want, see that at least it won't inconvenience you. You have same values, of course it will never be like you can be equal, but you have like to meet halfway. You have to compromise, but it's for a good cause, because that can make you keep some money from renting out a house that is not yours, and accumulate money to at one point buy your own, or have part of the money to buy a land or your own. I don't know. Do you understand? Do you understand, guys? If you let out, you have a 2-bedroomed apartment, you let out the other bedroom, you might not pay rental. Maybe you can only pay the utilities, which means you have money to keep. Don't take that money and maybe spend it and say, yeah, because I'm getting rentals from this person, I'm going to buy clothes and what. If your mind wants to invest, that's the money you can keep. Can you calculate if someone is giving you $100, $200 per month? For 10 months, you'll be having $2,000. You're already building your capital there. So it's not all about that you have money or you are working, or you just have to be innovative. Think of ways, identify opportunities. So that's one other way to rent out a place which you are also renting, or your own house, you share, rent out a certain part of it. Or if you have more, you can, from that money, you have one house, you are getting rentals, you can even acquire another property using that money, or build. If you don't have a cottage, you can have those rentals from letting out a bedroom or a room. You share the kitchen and all that for a while. It will only be for a while. You keep that money, you build a cottage, then you start to rent out the cottage. Very true, having cottages is another way of getting income. Thank you, Auntie Doka. So true. So true. In my next life, I'll be 10 houses in town. Yes, thank you. We need to dream, because that dream will come to reality if you follow it. There's nothing impossible. In this world, there's nothing impossible. I tell you, there are people who have become millionaires through real estate or any other business they will tell you, I had this dream at one point. And in the way, God will see you through. Somehow you just bump into opportunities, but because already you are dreaming of something, you will divert whatever you get towards that. So you don't have to wait to think about land or a house when you have the money. It must be something which must be in your dreams, which you need to write down. I want to have a house. If you are young, I want to have a house at such an age. I want to do real estate. There's nothing wrong in trying, hey? You can try, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, you move on to try another project. But the only thing that you need is to have skills. If you want to go into a certain business, make sure you invest in the skills. If you want to go into real estate, learn much about that. Learn a lot about that. It will make you understand what's available. It will make you understand. It will make you quickly know where you can get that how you can build a house, how you can renovate a house, how you can have a functional house that can give you income, because you must always have somewhere where you can getting some income, whether you are working, whether you are formally employed, you are self-employed, you are not employed. You can start to employ yourself by just going into this real estate. Your first step, if you just happen to be able to be staying in a house which have more rooms, that's your starting point. That's your starting point. Exactly, that's your starting point. That's where you can start from. Make sure, be flexible for the time being. Let out part of that house. Keep that money. Invest in whatever. You can even invest by, like, get another apartment or a house which you are a tenant again, and let it out for more than what you are paying. You see? But the only thing that you need to do is to have the first money to get into that house. Like most places, they would want a deposit. Once you get that, you are set. You cannot fail to be in real estate business. It's as easy to be in a real estate business. Don't be afraid of these things. That's how most people start their businesses. You just have to be an opportunist in a positive way. Yes, in a positive way. Yes, so thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Double tap if you haven't. Thank you for the likes. Oh, you people, you make my world tick. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. I can see them. Thank you so much. Yes, so we're just chatting about property, how it works, how you can easily get into real estate. But you also have to have interest. It's a business which is easy to start. Whether you're young, it's even the best for the young people. You start to invest when you're young. Just think about that. Don't say like this is for the grown-up people, this is for the people with money. You are the person who is supposed to have the money, but you have to be strategic. Just think of the ways, understand how things go. This is where the acquiring of skills matters. If you understand how something works, you can find your way in. You can maneuver. Like if you understand how real estates operate, you understand how acquiring land goes. You can, like now I was telling you, they're selling land which is around 2,000, 4,000, and you're asked to pay a deposit of 7,000. Maybe you were saying, I want to buy it, which is 30,000, because in some cities, that's how it ranges. So if you get this opportunity, you pay 7,000. If you had another source of income, you start building already. So you're already in real estate. It's just about identifying opportunities and also hunt for the information. And these days it's even easy. This information is always there on the internet. What you do once you have heard about it, then you pursue. You already know where to start from. You already know where you're going to start from. Like I've talked to you about Umguza, if you are in Zimbabwe, in Bulawayo, or wherever you are, you now start to go and find out, or ask someone to go and find out for you. Like I've done that for a number of people. Recently, I'd gone to Montgomery to find out for someone who is, no, I normally go and find out for people who are abroad. I give you the information. I do those errands for people. So it's okay. Like now, information is on your fingertips. You are living in a very good space now. the social media. Information is out there. You hear about it. Go and pursue it. Go and find out. Do your due diligence and see if Ed Rivers, greetings. Ed Rivers, greetings. Welcome, my darling. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I'm so grateful for your support. Double tap for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Oh, they are flowing. I'm so excited. Thank you. How are you, Ed Rivers? Where are you watching from, Ed Rivers? I know you are my supporter. Where are you watching from? I always see you on the videos. Today we are one-on-one. Welcome, Ed Rivers. Where are you watching from? How are you keeping? I'm in Zimbabwe, Southern Africa, to be precise, in the Matabeleland South region. This is the second largest city of Zimbabwe. Which country are you in, Ed Rivers? So I was talking about going into real estate is as easy. Don't even need to have money at times. You just have to have the know-how of how it works. Like we're talking about all these opportunities. You start from where you are. And always don't limit yourself like you always want to go and be a subtenant for someone. Be the tenant and have sublet and get some income, but in a decent way. And that income can build. You can accumulate that income until you can have your own space, or until you start to rent houses. You go and pay a deposit for a house, you rent it out, you make sure you maintain it. And once you maintain a house that you are renting, whoever is letting it out to you will not bother you. The bad thing is that when you are staying in a house, you don't look after it. Then you can have, once you look after the house, you are good to go. If you are renting another house and you're getting money there, you're already building some money again to go and pay deposit for another house and rent it out again. So you're already in real estate business, but with no money. So that's what we're saying. The skills are more important. You really need to know about the thing that you want to go into, the business that you want to go in. Even if it's your own house, you need to know what happens when I have, how best can I utilize this property to make more money. Because the most important thing is to be always having something falling into your coffers. You don't need to be pumping out. A tap is best. You get the money from your pocket, you fix it. The paint is getting faint. You need to pay the money from your own pocket. That's not how you do with property. Make sure whatever you have, if you have a small apartment, which you are a tenant, make sure it gives you something, or it meets you halfway with the rentals. Never be like paying so much rentals for a house or an apartment. Find ways, share with other people. It's short-lived. You only get inconvenienced for a while. All you need is just to do the due diligence and make sure you interview people properly. Someone, like we said, you need to be of the same values so that there's no friction, too much friction. But you also have to be flexible. Don't expect 100%. Be flexible. Know that people differ. Give room, meet halfway. Yes. And from all that, you can even start to, there's some times where you have land, where people will say, I want someone to have this land and pay me a little deposit, and you can rent to buy. Those are other ways of you getting land or house when you don't have money or when you have little money. You also need to upscale your negotiating skills and just be trustworthy when you negotiate in good faith. You just need to negotiate in good faith. Make sure you honor what you have agreed and do these things as fast as possible. Once you have the money, don't wait. Make sure you acquire something which can give you income. If you haven't managed, the way I see it, if you haven't managed to acquire land or a property that you can rent out or share, you can still. Mervis, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from, Mervis 1? Okay. It's nice you are here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. I always see you, like on my videos. Right. So do you agree with me? Do you think this is workable, this is possible, or you think you just need to accumulate to have the money? No money at all or little money? Son of Igwe! Hello, my friend from Kenya, right? Oh, my firstborn on YouTube, Son of Igwe. Let me tell you guys, Son of Igwe was my first subscriber on YouTube. And there was no video, he just subscribed to my channel. You're a darling, my son. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. How are you keeping? How are you still in Kenya? How is Kenya? How are you keeping there? I was looking for your videos. I didn't see any. You busy, right? Thank you so much, Asano Figo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, so I was talking about just acquiring, using what you have to acquire wealthy. Whether it's property, whether it's land, and to make sure whatever you have, it's bringing you little income, and you use that income to acquire more. And the starting point, we were saying, even if you are also, I'm fine, thank you. I'm glad to know that. I'm happy to know that you are fine. Thank you so much, son of Igwe. Thank you so much. You're such a blessing, eh? I feel honored to have you on the platform. So I was saying you need some form of income. You need some form of income, whether even if you are in the village and you have your space, if in your area there's shortage, someone can say, I want a place to stay. Have a few houses there where someone can stay. Some can say, I want a piece of land to farm, to just come and farm and go and sell my produce. Take advantage of any opportunity, as long as it will give you some income, and that little income can be your starting point. But you need to be patient. You need to be patient and to be focused and to keep your ears open. Keep your ears open, keep your eyes open. Like right now, the social media is there. You always have information that's coming in. Keep your eyes open. When you hear there's an opportunity there, make a follow-up. Verify those facts. See where you can fit in. See where it's something that you are interested in. If it is, jump on. Jump on, and that can be your starting point. That can be your starting point. Son of Igwe, how is Kenya? Are you farming these days? What do you have? And you guys are privileged in Kenya. You have good rains, eh? You have so much good rains. Are you farming? Are you farming? What other projects are you doing there on the farm, on the land? Yes, so we're talking about just acquire how you can get into real estate business, or how you can make money out of properties, whether you are renting or it's yours. Make sure there's a source of income. You acquire some income from that property. Yes, and I was saying you rent out even what you are also renting. You share the accommodation that you have so that you reduce the rental that you are paying. And if you reduce the rental, if you're supposed to pay $200, if you let out the other space, which means you will remain with 100 because you already had a budget for 200 for your accommodation, right? So if you keep that 100, if you calculate by the end of the year, you already at a minimum have, say, $1,000. We leave the 2 months aside for other essentials, right? So which means a year you can save 1,000. And if you hear that there's another property there which is available, you can go and pay a deposit, isn't it? Yes, you can go and pay a deposit. So whatever you have, if you can afford to pay rentals, make sure that rental you are using it to the maximum. And when you look for a space, don't look for very little space, like a house or an apartment. Look for something bigger where you can share with others. If it's a flat, an apartment, even if you're a student, where you go and rent a full apartment, let out to other students and get some income. From there, maybe to a point where you won't be paying rental because you'll be managing there. You still pay indirectly because you'll be looking after the place, you'll be making sure you follow up for those rentals. So you end up not paying rental, which means the money which you were budgeting for your rentals, you can keep it and it can accumulate. And when it is accumulated, you can use it maybe to pay a deposit for another apartment or for your own land. If it's in the village, it can even be cheaper. You can actually, some have flexible terms. And before you know it, maybe you already have your own land, or before you know it, you have some income coming. Don't worry even if it's little. If you get even more, $20 more, $30 more, that's a lot of money. As long as you manage it, you keep it, it means a lot. Put it in your account. Yes. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the live. Watch out go and support each other there. Son of Igwe didn't say how your channel is doing. At Rivers, I tried to look for, I think I didn't get your channel. I tried to look for it. I couldn't get it. Yeah, I tried to look. I don't know whether you have a channel or not. But whichever way, I appreciate you all for joining this live. Thank you so much. May God bless you. May you be protected. May God fulfill the desires of your heart. Go and watch the playlist, even the videos that you haven't watched. Continue to like, continue to comment. I love you all. Bye. It wants us to stay here. Guys. It's not respond.